KM4CAX standing by for that.
N4GYY N5BE, 10 over, Frank.
N5BE, N4GYY. I didn't quite get a look at your meter when you yelled at me there, Leon, so I don't know what you're doing, but you were coming in good and clear.
Yeah, you got a really nice signal on the waterfall here. No whiskers, straight up and down, looks good.
Well, you're hitting me with a 9+. You're looking good yourself and everything, like you said on the waterfall. Nice and clean.
Very good, Frank. Thank you. Standing by for the Flyers Net, top of the hour, N5BE.
It's 20 over in Las Cruces, Lee, W5ABI.
Oh, good morning. Hey, you're down on me. You're only 5'9". Usually you're 10 over.
I don't know. I'm running at 1,000 watts, and I got the antenna aimed right at you.
All right. Well, I'm aimed at Utah, so still sounding nice and strong.
Okay. Is the audio okay?
Your lows are prominent. It's not. What's the right way of describing it? You're not even all the way across, but you get a lot of lows in there and very few highs. But it sounds good.
Okay, I'll go in there after the net and get it set up for a little less bass and more treble. Thanks for the report. So, N5BE, W5ABI, standing by for that. N5BE, W5ABI. Took some of the bass out. I don't know if there's any difference, Lee. Over.
Yeah, Joe, I'm not seeing any difference. It's still no mids and no lows. I mean, no mids and no highs.
Okay, I'll have to look into it. It's pretty good, Mike. I got a PR40, so so we'll look into that. W5ABI, standing by for that.
No, hey, it sounds good. I mean, you don't need to do anything. I'm just looking at the signal, and it just looks like a lot of lows. But you sound terrific.
Okay. Anyhow, I won't touch anything. W5ABI, standing by for that.
Lima Tango Mobile, check in.
KM4CAX Lima Tango. Good morning, Larry, WA6LJS.
Yeah, good morning, John. Good morning, John. Nice signal here into Wisconsin. Oseo, Wisconsin, en route to, well, let's just say Oshkosh, Wisconsin. QSL?
Yeah, QSL, that's great. I know where those places are. When I lived in Chicago, used to go up there. My daughter lives in Marionette, Wisconsin right now, so that's up north of Green Bay. I imagine it's cold there today, isn't it?
Oh, that's an understatement, John. It's minus 14. It may have come up a degree. The high temperature for my location is minus 4. QSL?
Oh, boy. And my daughter wants me to move up there to be close to them. I told them nothing doing. I had 30 years living in the Chicago suburbs, and I don't like that cold. KB0LTT, WA6LJS.
Yeah, you suffered enough for your kids without suffering anymore. I'll be standing by for net, KB0LTT.
Roger. KB0LTT, WA6LJS, standing by for the Flyers net beginning top of the hour. KB0LTT, KM4CAX
Good morning, Jack. Beautiful signal. Good solid S9 signal into Wisconsin.
So high, I won't make sure that's really cold for
Yeah, that's way too cold. It's hard on everything, Jack. Hard on livestock, hard on people, hard on equipment, hard on the electrical grid. It's just brutal. These types of temperatures are just brutal. I am heading for Florida the end of this month, and I am taking the entire month of February off at my house in Florida. It is a warm welcome. Over.
Cold weather, snow, yeah. Well, one time, as far as water comes from under the road and to the house. Crossed up the light, went out on the phone that we had in the small well area. Warm, so that's why I'm jumping out
well good shot.
Yeah, that's bad. We had underground pipes burst occasionally at the farm where I grew up in Nebraska. Generally speaking, in the fall, we would set bales of straw around the foundation of the house. It was an old farmhouse, a two-story farmhouse, and it would definitely help insulate the house around the base to keep the pipes in the house from freezing. Our freeze lines were generally outside. We had a main line that went out to the windmill, and occasionally that would freeze up. And we just have to wait for it to thaw out for the most part. Anyway, I will stand by for Ned, Jack. Good speaking with you this morning. Hope all is well. KB0LTT Mobile.
visitors are always welcome. This is Control Net. Contact Control using one contact relay to call the following numbers 6 groups, KM4CAX Jacks Net, 25OCJO, George Palmer, good morning, Dale. KP0LCT, Larry is mobile, good morning again, Larry. Next 5 Lee is Carlos Vinicius, who's running net logger for me, thank you, Nate. K1BLD, I'm commanding Idaho, N4CYY, Frank, and Northern Kentucky. W5ABI, Joe in Mexico, WD5GRI in Ryan and San Antonio, on Saturday, Pensacola, KM0OPC, Mike in Nebraska, where he called, K4YDB, Charlie in Porterville, Georgia, KX5CY, Chris in Bowling Green, Kentucky, K6 X-Ray, Steve out in California. Often Steve at we receive only, but maybe that was good for his walk today. This KM4CAX, the internet number ticket for the airport flyer conference come on. KF7GJO. KF7GJO. Good morning, Jack. Wilco, this WA60JS relaying for net control for the Sunday morning Air Force Flyers Net. We're looking for check-ins, either members or visitors. Call now.
Kilo Golf 5, Papa Tango Echo, KT5TT, James to Belton.
Kilo Bravo 7, Alpha Kilo, Justin and Arden. I got two of them for you, Jack. Justin and James. I only heard two, Justin and James, over. Okay, Justin and James.
Yeah, will do, Jack. This is November 5 Bravo Echo, relaying for net control, Air Force's Flyers Net. Members or visitors, come now. Nothing heard, Jack.
Okay, thank you, Ray. That was good stuff. Thank you all for checking in. Relay. I will pose the question for the day that is provided by M5AA, and it is the following. Which business jet holds the record for the fastest cruise speed? Which business jet holds the record for the fastest cruise speed? Alpha, Lockheed Jetstar, Bravo, Lear 35, Charlie, Grumman, G700, Delta, Delta Citation, X1. Bonus question. That is Alpha, Alpha, Bravo, Bravo, whatever. The bonus question, what is the fastest airliner currently in service? Alpha, Airbus A350, Charlie, Airbus, 321, Leo, Delta, Boeing, 747, going 8. Anybody needs any questions or anything on that? Okay, we'll go ahead and start with our short forward. The WA60JS, reporting you, John. Yeah, good morning, Jack. I think there's a check-in. There's a station ending in Bravo Uniform X-ray. Bravo Uniform X-ray, what's the full call, over? Well, I guess he left. There was a strong station that tried to get in there. Something I didn't miss the first. I missed the first part of his call, but it ended in Bravo Uniform X-ray. All right, good morning to the net. This is WA6LJS, where it's very cold. It's about 39 or 40 degrees right now. It was about 33 when I woke up this morning, so a real cold front here. But we got some white clouds, but a lot of blue skies, so it'll warm up into probably the mid 60s today. And there's going to be a red flag warning starting tomorrow, so they're warning high winds out in California again. Other than that, nothing new. Answer to your question, Jack, I'm going to say double D. The citation is the fastest business jet, and the Boeing 747 is the fastest commercial. So pull me down for double D. Other than that, 73s, we'll catch you guys tomorrow. Have a good net, and we're out of here. KM4CAX WA6LJS. Okay, John. Okay, Delta. Ahead. Okay, W50G. Good morning, Dale.
Yeah, good morning, Jack, and good morning to all on the net. W50G here, and it's chilly. I think right now it looks like 24 degrees outside here, which is unusual for us, of course. Yeah, they say that we are some 30 degrees, or will be with this polar vortex, some 30 degrees below normal. So anyway, we're gonna, I guess, get through it some way or another. I enjoyed our visit yesterday. We went to the Cowtown Ham Fest, my son-in-law, W5PU, and I. And I got together with James, KG5PTE, and Michael, KJ5IAI. He's not on here. Usually he receives only and then listens to our net. Anyway, we had early there with N5BE, Lee and his lovely wife, and we certainly enjoyed that opportunity to get together and visit with them, and enjoyed the Cowtown Ham Fest too. It's not a real big ham fest, but still a lot of interesting stuff there. Managed to, I even sat in on the POTA forum, which was very interesting. The guy did a great job, and found out some things about the POTA business that I didn't know. Anyway, it was a time well spent, and I did enjoy it, and looking forward to maybe getting together again with all those folks. Thank you, as always, here, Jack, for doing the Sunday net. The answer to the question, I love the Boeing. So, and I don't think the 787, even though it's a wonderful airplane, is probably not quite as fast as the 74. And even the 100, once you got it, it struggled to get to altitude carrying a load. But boy, once it got up there, it really scooted. And it was a delight to fly. And of course, I always did the 100 and 200, but I would have loved to have flown the 400 and 800. And I know the 800 is a fabulous airplane. So anyway, put me down for Delta. And back to you there, Jack. Thank you. Glad you're doing well. KM4CAX W50G. Good day, everybody.
Okay, Dale. Good day. Delta. 11 started. Let's go to
KM4CAX Good morning again, Larry.
Good morning once again, Jack, and good morning to all the flyers. Everybody's having a pleasant Sunday morning. It is chilly, and let's see, where am I at? Oseo, Wisconsin, at the Chippewa Valley Regional Airport. The current temperature is minus 12 degrees. The winds are 2, 9 or 0 at 8. Sky is clear, visibility 10. Dew point minus 22, so no chance of fall. Humidity 69%, and the altimeter is 3036. Definitely a chilly day in store for this part of the country. It's going to be colder than that tomorrow. Colder than this tomorrow. I think they're expecting minus 20 tomorrow for the weather, the temperature. And as far as the question goes, I'm going to follow the lemming line. I'm going to go with Delta Delta. Going to go with Delta Delta on the questions there, Jack. Back over to you, sir. KB0LTC.
Okay, Mr. Larry, your answer is Delta Delta. Once the lemming line started, how's the thought? Let's go to the originator of my question,
KM4CAX N5BE. Good morning again, Jack, and good morning to everyone on the net today. You're welcome. It's become a routine for me now. So anyway, I'm enjoying the contribution. Really enjoyed meeting the lads yesterday. Great time. I may have told too many stories, Dale. I'm sorry. Anyway, my wife had a good time, and we had to have a supplemental little dinner later on, but we did okay. So it was a great time. Really enjoyed it. Today's question, I thought I'd throw a softball out there after yesterday's quote difficult question on our aviation history. Anyway, I thought I'd throw an easy one out there. And it's surprising how fast the bigger airplanes are. For the longest time, and Jack, you may know this since you flew it, but the 727, 100, and 200 had some speed records for quite a while, and supplanted only in recent times. So that was a pretty darn fast airplane back in the day. All right, we'll see where this goes. And boy, the limit line is formed and solid. KM4CAX N5BE. Sit by, Jack. Both stand by.
Okay, Lee. Thanks for the question. I'm trying to think what the fastest airliner that I flew on was probably KM11. Maybe even the 767. I'm not sure. Anyway, the two airplanes are faster. Got this bigger engine and all right, let's talk about Commander. Good morning, Bob. K1BOB.
Okay, Jack, K1BOB here. I'm using Dale's radio today, courtesy W5OG in Texas. Thank you, Dale. And I didn't even see a slip in here. I couldn't tell. It's okay if you use your own radio. Anyway, thanks, Dale. And getting ready for a question for tomorrow here, if I can get it off to Charlie tonight or this afternoon. And, interesting question. I think I seem to get the bottom question prior to the first question, so I think Dale had it right. 747-8, I think is the jet. That's the fastest airliner, and so that would make the Cessna Citation Plus, and I guess that could mean any of the future Cessnas, but I think it's the Cessna Citation Longitude, which is the faster one by far. So put me down for double D's, Jack. Thank you very much for running the net. Thank you, Charlie, for the YouTube. And last but hardly least is Leon for slaving over NetLogger all the time. Thank you very much, Leon, and for an interesting question. This is K1BOB, courtesy of W5OG. Back to you, Jack.
Okay, fine. Let's go see and more now. N4GYY.
KM4CAX and the group N4GYY. Well, good morning to everybody, all the flyers on the net this morning. It's not really a great morning here in Louisville. We had light snow last night. It was just a dusting, so it's nothing to compared to what we had this time 2 weeks ago, that there's still remnants of it on the ground. So even though we warmed up, we still got snow left over from 2 weeks ago. Of course, that I think deals mainly with it's the ice that's left over that was in the snow. So, right now we're 25 degrees, and this is going to be the high for the day. From this point on, it's going to drop down, and tonight we're supposed to get down around 4 degrees. So I think everybody that lives kind of on the East Coast, Southeast, even you guys down in Texas are getting a good blast of this Arctic air. It's going to be cold for the next few days. Then by next weekend, I think it's supposed to warm back up a little bit. Other than that, it's cloudy. Like I said, we got a little snow burst every once in a while. There was a light dusting. And with my answer, I'm going to follow the lemon line and just go with Delta and Delta. I kind of like double D's. No hidden meaning there, but you know how that goes. So with that, I'll turn it back to you, Jack. So far, good net, and I'm hearing everybody locally. KM4CAX and the group N4GYY.
Weather here. Tuesday, Wednesday, Kansas snow. The rarity here. We'll just have to see if it's off the Georgia. Snow was I lived in the Atlanta area, but most places in front of the south to be earlier than I talked about low front. So we'll wait and see. Yeah, KM4CAX and the Flyers, W5ABI. Good morning, Jack. Good morning, all the Flyers. Cold morning here in Las Cruces. We woke up to 24, 27 now. Only going up, it just went to 28. And it's only going up to 48 today. It's supposed to be colder tomorrow. Low 20s, maybe high teens, we're not sure. Hopefully we got all our pipes wrapped. Everything is okay for the cold. So other than that, nothing much happening here. It is a clear blue sky, and the winds have finally died down. We had a lot of high wind yesterday. Antenna held up, fortunately. Anyhow, my answers to the questions are going to be D and D. I'll go along with the lemons. And we'll be here to the bottom, Jack. KM4CAX, W5ABI. Okay, Joe. I'll just get the answers. Yeah, D and D are my answers. D and D, double D, over.
Yeah, KM4CAX and the net. This is WB5BRI. Brian down here in San Antonio. Well, good morning, Jack, and good morning to all on the net, all the Flyers and visitors. Good to be on here this morning. This cold morning in San Antonio. We're even cold. according to the temperature on my computer, it says it's still freezing out, but I think it might be just slightly above it here at my house. But I think our low was about 30 this morning, so we had a kind of a high temperature for a cold morning here for us. In comparison to the rest of the country, they're up at least anybody north of San Antonio, I would say. But we're going up supposedly in the 40s today, so we'll see how that comes out. But we're really going to be cold in the mornings all the rest of the week here. And I think it's going to be possibly a wintry mix. I hope not. The folks in San Antonio, for the most part, definitely do not know how to drive on icy conditions, and I hope we don't get too much precip along with these really cold temperatures. So, but we'll see what happens next few mornings. But good to be here this morning, Jack. Thanks for getting us all in there, and great question there from Lee. My initial thought was that the Cessna Citation X Plus is a new aircraft, so I'm thinking, or a newer aircraft. So I'm kind of thinking that it's the correct answer there, Delta. And I would imagine the 7478, like Dale was mentioning, there is a very fast airplane once you get it up to altitude, and it's so big and heavy and powerful that it's going to be moving along pretty fast. So I'm going to go with the Delta, the group there, and see how that comes out. But thanks again for getting us in there, Jack, and I should be here to the bottom. Back to you, KM4CAX, WB5DRI. Back to Net. Good morning, everybody.
Okay, Jack. That's good. This is the left side. Delta. I don't know if the is question or if he's going to end up fooling everybody. Let's start here. Yes, you know, Mike, the rest of the
Well, good morning, Jack, and the group. Cold here this morning. It's 0 right now outside, and beautiful sunny skies, but dang cold. Good question today. It's funny, I was thinking about this, and I think there are more than 25 models of Citation, and everything from the slowest to the fastest. I think, the old 2s and 5s, that they were the ones that earned the nickname Slowtation. Anyway, I'm going to say Delta for my answer, and I'll be here till the bottom. Back to KM4CAX and the group, KF0OP.
Okay, Mike. Stay on the one side of the door. Right, let's go to Charlie. He's running line 3. K4YDB. Good morning, Charlie.
KM4CAX, K4YDB. Well, good morning, Jack. Morning to all the flyers out there. Hope everybody's staying on the warm side of the door. That's for sure. I know I am. Yesterday afternoon, because they were talking about this Arctic blast coming through Georgia here. Right now it's 40 degrees on my thermometer here, and it's but the air temp or the wind because the wind is blowing, it feels like 33. And that's supposed to change by midnight. We're going to be near 0 on just because of that. So it's going to be a cold night tonight. So I've already got everything set up and ready to go just in case. My heat pump don't do well in the in weather like this. It drops down a few degrees lower than where I want it to go. So I have to switch over to the emergency side, so that way I can get plenty of heat out of that thing. Right now conditions aren't that bad here. I'm hearing just about everybody on my radio. And Chris, I see Chris is up next. I don't hear him very much, but let's see what happens this time. But as far as the question goes, I'm just gonna go with the lemmings. Put me down for DD. KM4CAX K4YDB. I am back to net.
Okay, Charlie. Just as long as answer. Thanks for love. Let's go. And Rolling Green, you want to KM4CAX flyers on the back. Last time I put your net locker, I was at the bottom of it. It's the middle of my bottom. Next, so I guess I'm going to get ready. Just like Steve thinks up there at the road from the wood. Well, good morning, Jack. On the group with KM7 DJ. Northern Nevada, where presently 73 degrees. That's inside the shack. Outside, when I last checked, probably 20 minutes ago, I think it was 19. Tomorrow's going to be the cold one, though. The airport is forecast, I believe, for a low of 15, and the way the temperature always drops to North Valley, will probably be down single digits. And looking at a high in the high 20s for tomorrow. So, yeah, I'm tired of the cold weather. I'm ready for it to be 95 degrees with 5% humidity. Typical of our summer weather. Interesting question today. You made an easy one here, especially if you've spent any time around business jets. No question about a citation pen, and that's pronounced Beast Buzzer. Is the fastest business jet flying. I forget the memory state, but I'm thinking it's got a high Mach of 0.92, but I could be mistaken on that. It is an airplane, though, that gets with the program. And talking about the history of the citation, and yeah, I think there's as many different models of citation as there are single-engine Cessnas, but the original citation 500 in air traffic control, we used to refer to it as an airborne roadblock. The fact that it was the first jet that the airplane, that the FAA certified for single pilot operation, should pretty well describe the ease of operating the thing. It's really a simple airplane. If anything, I would say that Citation 500 is probably easier to fly than a our model Turbo 310. It doesn't go fast, and it slows down in a big hurry when you want it to. And if you go to the 550 with reversers, that thing will really go slow and stop on a dime. As far as the fastest air carrier, I'm going to have to match my answer on the business jet. With that, it's got to be Delta with a citation 10 and the jumbo dash 8. So that's my guess, Jack. I'll be with you to the end, buddy. So back to you. KM4CAX and KM7 GJL. Okay, fuck. I got a lot of background noise, so I was going to hurt it. Thank you for that. Let's go to 85 Morning, Jack.
Morning, Jack. KM4CAX, KG5PTE. Well, good morning to you and good morning to all the flyers. And before I start my list of stuff to talk about, I'm going to get the answer out of the way. So I'm going to follow the lemming. Delta is my answer, Jack. And we have 30 degrees Fahrenheit here in Texas, minus 1 degree Celsius with winds up to 25 miles an hour out of the west. And we're going to have freezing temperatures for the next 48 to 72 hours. I want to thank Mike, W5TU, and Dale, W5OG, for coming out to the Cowtown Ham Fair today with Michael and I. And it was a blessing to meet with Leon, N5BE, and his wife. That was for sure a lot of fun, and enjoyed it. Leon really did, and all the stories. Leon, I appreciate the information on the next team antenna that you gave me too, and all the information. And, it was really fun. You know, Funko was okay. I like the food. Not everybody likes it, but it's all right. But it was a good time to fellowship. Anyway, everybody's sounding good here, and we'll be electing a new president in the morning. Nominations will be inside because of the cold temperatures, so we're looking forward to that. And with that, just learned a lot at the Cowtown Ham Fest, especially on how to program a Bofang radio without chirp from the front end, at least the UV5R. Some of the other Bofangs are a little different. They're a little bit different programming. And I learned a lot on half-wave dipole antennas on how to build them. There was a lot of information I didn't know. I didn't know the size of the wire matters. So what you really want to do is you want to get it up at least 60 feet in the air and 20 feet on each end is the best way to build a half-wave, not quarter-wave, not three-quarter wave. Specifically said half-wave dipoles. And I also went to the photoclass with Dale, like you talked about, and the digital mode that I went to, FT8, all the other stuff. It was a pretty good class. The forums were great, so I appreciate it. And with that, I will turn it back to Net Control, Jack, KM4CAX, KG5PTE. Bundle up and stay on the warm side of the house.
Okay, Jack. Usually you're not stronger. You just close it off. This first KM7 LSK, the first one was Utah. Well, good morning, Jack, and the Net KB7 LAK here. I'm going to be one and done. I've got to get ready for church and get out the door, but whoever was tuning up, man, I told them cease buzzer twice. They were killing us. Anyway, so put me down for Double D, and I think it was TYY. You said it, bro. I would have thought with a bunch of old flyers we'd hear more reference to that sort of thing, if you know what I mean, but I'm not disappointed. Anyway, put me down for DD. We did see citations when I was flying out of Pensacola, but they were those straight wing ones. Those are really old ones. And that was so the guys could have a slower approach speed, because sometimes pilots tend to eat up a lot of runway if they're not ready to put the wheels on the ground. So the citation had those straight wing, they weren't Learjets because they were citations, it was their own thing. Anyway, so those were a little slower. And not a whole lot slower than the swept wing, but they had slower approach speed when you get out of that listener. So that's, it kind of looks like the wings are on their back. But anyway, this feels fine, maybe. So put me down for double D, and this will be my 73s. I've got to go and get ready. So 73s all, and KV7 LAK back to you, Jack. Thanks for calling us today. KM4CAX, KV7 LAK back to you.
Okay, Joseph.
This frequency in use is this frequency in use.
Frequencies in use, oh man, net in progress. Thanks for asking.
All right, thank you, my friend.
Good morning. This is Kilo 8 Yankee Oscar. I didn't hear the questions, all. I'm just going to go along with everybody else and all. I was just thinking that about the
Keep talking, Jack.
we had trouble tracking 2 targets, and that was both flying Cessna and the SR-71. And beyond that, we could track most anything. And, of course, the stealth fighters and bombers they're on subject. I'll pass it back to the net control. A lot of noise like TRM today.
Jack, John is still talking. K8YO.
This is Kilo Juliet 5, Papa Bravo.
He just turned it, Jack.
Somebody make a call to me over. Okay, let's see. This is 5, Papa Bravo Juliet 5, Papa Secure. You got anything for the net, over?
I don't. I just turned the radio on a few minutes ago and looking around to see who's there, and I always get a good signal out of Air Force Flyers Club, and I have a personal interest in this because at one time in the high school I wanted to become a officer in the Air Force and make a career out of it, but no traffic for it and that. I appreciate you making the call and getting me on the list. This is Robert, Kilo Juliet 5, Papa Bravo Zulu, back to the net.
Okay, Bob, picking up here in Georgia, about 55. We hear bringing about the PC-6 bombers to receive all the California. Do you have any other last transmissions from the Air Force Flyers Club please turn on? Okay, hearing none, I think this is the question of the monkey surprise. So let's go inside to the 73
KM4CAX and 5B, you got me laughing. No, there's no surprise. You guys nailed it. I can't fool you guys. Well, at least not today anyway. Yeah, the Citation X Plus, no longer in production, by the way. Came out of production in 2018. It was a niche aircraft. It was extremely fast, kind of middle of the road on range. But I remember that the Textron boys were in Washington, and I was coming back commercial. I was supposed to go back on the Citation with them, but they didn't have any room. They picked somebody else up to bring back to Fort Worth, and the winds were favorable that day, and they went from D.C. to Meacham Field in Fort Worth in about, it was just under an hour. Boy, that's screaming. So that thing that cruises out at 0.935 Mach, that's getting with it. So, yeah, and now supposedly the Bombardier 8000 is going to be 0.94 Mach and a little bit faster, but I don't believe that aircraft has been certified yet. So I stand corrected there, but I don't think it's in production. The 747-8 is the fastest airliner that I could find. It's at 0.86 Mach, and it's always been, no matter which model, just like Dale said, when he got it up there, it could haul, and it's still the leader out there. The Queen of the Skies is still the fastest airliner out there, and I really like watching the Dash 8 come into land, especially all the cargo operations out of Anchorage. I can sit there for hours on YouTube with my drool cup before I go to sleep watching those airplanes land. So always a favorite. So yeah, and I threw some of those Airbuses in there. Why would something with a Rolls-Royce engine go that fast, right? So anyway, that's today's answer. No surprises, no tricks. You guys did great. KM4CAX N5B, I'll say 73, Jack.
Comment.
Okay, ladies, let's get to do a bit longer and the question. Let's go to our mobile there.
Okay, Jack. Everybody have a pleasant day. Best 73s all the way around. KB0LTC Mobile, Wisconsin.
Comment. Larry. K1COD. Deputy Bob.
Okay, Jack, K1BOB here via W5OG and Texas Radio. Thanks, Dale, again. And nothing else for the net. Interesting question. My, they get better and better. That's why the billionaires are buying those newer jets that do have the extra speed. Because after all, they need to get somewhere a couple of minutes faster. Anyway, this is K1BOB, remotely operating. Back to you, Jack.
Okay, Bob, that's for you. That's for your day. Have a great one. Let's go to him for DIY.
KM4CAX on the group N4GYY. Good net this morning, Jack. Enjoyed it. Lee, that was a good question, too. I kind of thought that the 747 would be it because, UPS flies them and FedEx flies them, so you knew you had to have a little speed there. And so with that, I'll say 73s, everybody. Hope you have a wonderful day. And those people that are caught up in this cold snap, please take care. Please take care of your pipes, whatever, pets outside, whatever else needs to be taken care of. So I'll send it back to you, Jack. KM4CAX and the group. N4GYY, 73, y'all.
Okay, thanks, 73. You have a good week ahead. Let's go to Joe. Rockford, 73, W5ABI.
Yeah, KM4CAX on the Flyers, W5ABI. Good net, Jack. Good question. Everybody got it right. Anyhow, 73 to you and all the flyers. KM4CAX W5ABI.
Good, yeah. Okay, let's go to Ryan, WB5GR, WB5. Okay, Jack, KM4CAX, WB5GRI. Well, your signal has come up, Jack. You're almost up to an S9 with me. So, very good on propagation and good net. Enjoyed it. Everybody have a great day out there. Have a blessed day. 73s to all. And thanks again, Jack. KM4CAX, WB5GRI. Back to net. Good day, everybody. Okay, guys, 73. Let's go to Mike. Well, good net today and good question, Jack. For Carl, I used to fly the 500 citations, the 2s and the 5s and the ultras. And I sympathize with you guys, but you ATC guys would always put us on an arrival or departure, and then as soon as you figured out how slow we were, you'd kick us off. So anyway, guys, have a great day. Catch you later. KM0 OPE back to KM4CAX. Okay, Mike. Good to you.
KM4CAX K4YDB. Well, Jack, I'm copying you locally, but you're just above the noise, but I catch most of it. Anyway, 73, everybody. Everybody have a great day, and we will look for you tomorrow. K4YDB, back to it.
Let's go to questions. Okay, Jeff. Yeah, regarding your comment on the 500 from the early citations, as a controller, you only have to be burned a couple times by the alcohol forms on the citation. And not so much the fact that the airplane was full, but guys seemed to fly them slow. And I ended up paying for it, and in the end, when I was flying the CJ2 class, it seems like every controller I ever talked to remembers getting burned by a 500, and it makes me tail in Charlie every time. So I guess I'm very close to that one. Regardless, it was a nice airplane, a fun airplane, a simple airplane to fly. I did some quick research with regard to the fastest airliners. Back in the day, it was the Convair 990. But you come out that thing on a hot day. I remember 990s coming off of Vegas, having to make a VFR time because there was no way we could meet the minimum time criteria on any of the fields. And handing off a 990 to the center that was going up over Mormon Mesa. And that's like I was only making about 7,000 or 8,000 feet by the time we hit Mormon Mesa on a 115-degree day. So, yeah, that's one of the things about the aviation questions is the great memories that it brings back. Everybody have a fantastic day. Be sure to break the X We'll try this again tomorrow. KM4CAX Jacks Net. 1BP. KM7DB.
KM4CAX KG5PT. Well, yeah, I'm on flex today. I'm on 100 watts, transmitting with the Maestro here, so I don't have the amplifier turned on with the A2. The AL811 is only married to the A2, not to the flex or any of the other radios I have. So eventually one day I'll be able to get an amplifier for the flex, we hope. Anyway, everybody have a great day, 7-3. And like I said, recap, enjoyed yesterday. Leon, Dale, everybody that showed up just for this get together. A lot of fun, and enjoyed it. And we got home last night about 8:30 last night, and had the tailwind chasing us from the north wind. And all that did was keep colder last night here. It is down. It's going to be some chilly temperatures, so make sure you keep the pets taken care of and keep the pipes wrapped up. Everybody have a great day, and we'll catch y'all tomorrow. KM4CAX KG5PT 73 is going that way.
Roger. Enjoyed listening to the comments on the questions all. I was hoping Lee would still be on here on November 5 Bravo Echo. I had a question for him, but looks like he's already checked out. So I'm going to say 73s and hopefully see y'all tomorrow and pass it back to net control.
He turned it, Jack.
Okay, thank you. Let's go to 5 Papa Bravo 0 Papa. KF5, Okay, I don't hear anybody. This is KM4CAX. Then everybody is beautiful close up that one on the frequency to normal operating. Everybody. Thanks to file.
That'd be great, Jack. Thank you.
November 5, Bravo Echo. This is Kilo 8 Yankee Oscar, over.
Yeah, go ahead. N5B here.
Hey, Lee, this is John from Tallahassee, Florida. I was just reading through your bio and all. I saw where you did some crew work or were on the air crew of a O1 and an OV1 and all. And I always thought that was a pretty neat aircraft, though.
Yeah, the old Mohawk. The